Okay. What's going on, world? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Problems and Solutions podcast. We got a special guest in tonight. None other than the man himself, Norbs. We got a special. So, without further ado, I'm special guest in tonight. Bring him in. I'm going to get this conversation started. Share this out to everybody y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But no further ado, I'm going to bring him in.
Yo.
Yo,
what's good, my guy?
What's going on with you?
I'm good. I'm telling you, y'all hear me? Y'all see me? Y'all hear me clear?
Yeah, shit, I can hear you real good, brother.
All right, cool. What's the word, my guy?
Same no, I just want to bring you on here, you know what I'm saying? Have a conversation with you, you know what I'm saying? I feel like your story can be helpful to the youth, you know what I'm saying, about persevering, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I want to talk to you about. But before we get into it, won't you introduce the world to yourself? Well, you know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Oh, it's your boy Norbs, a.k.a. Norbs Lean, a.k.a. One of the owners of URL. You know, the architect, the guy that built this shit, the guy that gave the game, you know what I'm saying? You know, the godfather of battle rap. That's me. What's up, man?
Okay. All right. So, I want to get into your origin story. What brought Norbs to battle rap?
Honestly, it was more Math Hoffa. Like I was at the Fight Club one night, and I had met International P, and I had met Math's manager named Dorian at the time.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Dorian, and I was there representing a sneaker company called Kashi Kicks. And Dorian was like, "Yo, man, don't leave yet. Meet Math." So I'm like, "Who the fuck is Math?" You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who the fuck Math was. He's like, "Yeah, the young boy, the dude that snuffed Dose." And I'm like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" I didn't even know what he was talking about at the time. So I had a front, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah. Meanwhile, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I wait. Math never gets there. I give Dorian my number, and he gives me he starts sending me records of Math. And I was like, hey, man, this dude music is kind of dope.
Yeah.
And I'm a type of individual that, that likes a challenge, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people say battle artists can't make music, blah, blah. And at that time, a lot of people were battling to get recognition to make music, as opposed to now, people are battling just to battle. So I took a liking to Math and reached out to him. I was actually doing mixtapes at the time. That's what I was actually doing. I was a mixtape DJ. And from there, I just started building with Math. I liked Math. We had a rapport. And he kind of introduced me to it. You know what I'm saying? I was going to a lot of grind time events. I was going to the Lions then. Because at this time, Smack was kind of obsolete. They were still trying to transition from the DVD era. And they were, pretty much it wasn't popping. You know what I'm saying? It was the Lions then was the popping DVD. Then what's this nigga name? Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Killing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was just kind of just seeing what was going on. And that's what introduced me to battle rap. So that all goes to Math, to be honest with you. Math is the reason I really got into battle rap. And it was with the intent to use it as promo to get Math a record deal. And we ended up having meetings with Bad Boy, and I actually had a meeting which ironically was Suge Knight, which was crazy. And that's what we was doing. It was a good relationship. I missed those times, really, honestly, just kicking it with Math and seeing how people going crazy over the mixtapes. We did ACMB 1, 2, and 3 together. And then, I was doing a lot of networking. I was going around and stuff like that. And you know, again, Smack wasn't doing battle rap; he was still trying to transition into the era that we have today, which is the internet. Because what people don't realize is the DVD era kind of died like in 2010. It was on life support in 2007 through 9.
Yeah.
And like, you know, people were having their own technology. They were bootlegging CDs. These guys weren't making the same money they was making before. So there was a transition that he was very late for. And you know, that's pretty much what happened. I met him at Mano's music video. Shout out to my guy Zaire. Zaire's the one that introduced me to Smack. And you know, from there I was always, you know, like, I'm a type of individual, to be honest with you, and I try to tell kids and shit. If you love something enough, or if you see something, like I always was like, if I see a challenge, I'm gonna accept it and I'm gonna do it. Like when I got into the music shit, I ain't know shit about music. But you know how they tell you fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
Well, you can fake it till you make it, but you still gotta learn in the process. And
Yeah.
I just threw myself in there. I learned the shit. I learned everything. It was battle rap. Like, you know, shouts to Math. Like, I really got to give him 100% and really get me into it. And he had brain the line. Matter of fact, Math was working on his mixtape. Math was doing, you know, he was doing his little hustle thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Came to the crib, was like, yo, check this shit out. And he had the Lions Den DVD. I had already seen like the him and Solomon battle, the whatever. But, you know, there was nothing really popping. I wasn't really a big fan of Grind Time.
Yeah.
So I seen this shit and I was like, yo, this shit kind of hard. I like this Puerto Rican dude right here. And he was like, Puerto Rican dude, who? Goods. You like, that nigga ain't Puerto Rican. I'm like, word. That nigga look Puerto Rican. He walk Puerto Rican. Sound Puerto Rican. Like, damn. And Goods was like my favorite, bro. Like, I just like his whole aura to him. You know what I'm saying?
You got that aura to him.
Yeah, so from there, I just started really like meeting a lot of these dudes, man. Like, you know, going to a lot of these events. And I'm like a sponge, man. Like, I see something and I just absorb it. And then I just be like, damn, if this is done this way or that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just really good at just analyzing shit. So I was going to a lot of these events. There's a lot of like, shout out to Blue Collar TV. If y'all don't follow battle rap, Blue Collar TV was throwing a lot of underground events at Soul Food in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to those events, watching Cortez. It'd be me, Cortez, Arsenal, Mook would pull up. Like, this is like a little sneaker store. They would all pull up.
Okay.
Like, these niggas wasn't getting no money. You know what I'm saying? It was like
that was the line. That's the Lions thing.
Nah, this was actually Blue Collar TV. So Blue Collar TV was kind of doing their own Lions Den type of shit.
Okay.
So they were doing battles. If you look it up, like they had like Cortez battling Miguel Diablo. They had a lot of different people. Like, so I would be at all these shits, man. I was at the Grind Time shits. I was at the Blue Collar. Blue Collar TV doesn't get a lot of credit for what they've done, but they put on a lot of people for them. Even like they were really fucking with Goods heavy at the time. Tech 9. Matter of fact, the Goods Tech 9 battle was supposed to happen on the Blue Collar Television Network. I was trying to make it happen there. And you know, I was out there like that. Like, you know, it was really Grind Time. It was the Lions Den, Blue Collar TV. That's what it was. There was nothing else.
Yeah.
And you know, after we were supposed to, you know, what's it called? The nigga Lux was trying to do something with HBO. So he had called Smack. He had called not Smack. He called Math one day and was like, "Listen, man, they trying to have a meeting with all the battlers, blah blah blah." So I was like, "So he goes, no managers allowed." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck you mean? Why can't I be there? Why can't I listen to what's going on?"
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to give firsthand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Man, I don't know, whatever." So Math, after the meeting, calls me. He's like, "Look, they trying to do some HBO shit, blah blah blah." So I'm like, yo, I don't really trust Lux, bro. Like, he just gives me that vibe. And around that time, you know, Lux had issues with like Sub-Zero, and you know, he just, you know, he not that he rubbed me the wrong way, but the way he talked, I felt like I was talking to a car salesman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was in the Dominican Republic, and Mav says, yo, the nigga called me and offered me $2,500 to battle Rex, because that was the battle everybody was talking about, because me and Mav was originally supposed to do it on Smack on a DVD. It was supposed to be hosted by 50 Cent. All this, Smack sold it to me like, yo, you know what I'm saying, Sean? You're going to get 50 to host this shit, Sean. You know what I'm saying? I only can say 3 words at a time, because it was just funny. It was weird. So I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. I say, yo, we make it happen, whatever. I'll tell Math. They was never able to come up with the money. And so I'm in DR and Lux offered that bag. So I told Math, I said, yo, bro, honestly, I said, I feel like I get more money out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? The Smack shit fell off. Lux was offered a bag. So then I knew Grind Time already because I was going to these events and meeting them.
Yeah.
So I called, when I got back, I said, let me land. I called back. I land, I call PH. Rest in peace, PH. And I'm like, yo, bro, I got this battle that I'm trying to shop, Math vs. Rex, which, if anybody remembers, is the biggest battle. So he jumped out the window, was like, yo, tell him I'll give them $4,000 each. And at this time, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We said, all right, so I said, let me give Lux an opportunity to match the offer, right? I called Lux. Lux like, baby, beloved, it's HBO, it's Russell Simmons, it's Kid Capri. And you know how he talks like all crazy and shit. I'm like, I said, listen, I don't want to, if this is true what you're saying, it's a big opportunity. But in order for me to accept this offer, I would have to have something in writing or have a meeting with Russell or somebody in the camp to guarantee me that if this were not to drop, we would be able to drop the footage on our own.
Yeah.
And Lux was like, beloved, man, this is Russell. We can't set. I'm like, yo, bro, if he can't have a conversation with me, right, then I don't believe the situation. Because Math had a bunch of battles that never dropped the Fight Club, and we didn't want to go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, no, I can't do it. Meanwhile, fast forward like 10 years later, Kid Capri told me he would have did that for me, but whatever, because Kid Capri was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not able to do it. I call Pumpkinhead. To tell him like we're gonna do the battle. As soon as he picks up the phone, he's like, bro, I got 10,000, 5 for each of them. I was like, shit, let's do it. Call Math, call this dude. I said, yo, when you gonna have the money? He's like, yo, by September 11th. I said, cool, because it was Math's son's birthday. We showed up at the Lions Den that day, and we did the contract signing for the event called Bad Blood for October 31st, 2009 for Grind Time. We signed the papers. First time I meet Rex, we go around the corner, we sign it, we do like a blog, whatever. It's lit, right? We September 11th comes, I call PH. He not answering the phone. He not responding. Everything's going to voicemail. 2 days later, still no call. Finally calls me like September 14th, 3 days later. Hey man, the money's coming. It's just, I'm like, yo, bro. Actually, he told me, yo, I told you it's going to be September 14th. I was like, nah, bro, I know what we agreed to.
Yeah.
Right? So, he ain't had the money. Me and Smack was in contact. We was trying to figure something out. Because remember, there was no league at this time. Speak to him. He's like, yo, let's do this on a DVD. I got the bag. I was like, all right. He said, don't make no announcements. I said, cool. We agreed to the battle. And then a couple of days later, they called me with the whole idea for URL and let's partner. We can't do this without you. You know what you're doing. We don't really know nothing about battle rap. That's what they said out their mouth. We don't know shit about battle rap. We don't know who to contact. So they wanted me to, become a partner in the situation, whatever, and let's get shit rocking. So I'm like, all right, cool. So let's set up this first event. I asked them, was the budget? They're like, nah, we ain't got no bread. I'm sitting there like, fuck you mean? You ain't got no money. You Smack, nigga, you Beasley. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how you ain't got no bread? They're like, yo, what do you mean? I'm like, yo, these niggas gonna want to get paid. Like, if I reach out, because at this time, they wasn't getting paid a lot, but Grind Time was paying them money. Those people getting paid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, bro, like, how I'm gonna put this shit together? And I just was like, you know what? There's an opportunity. I'm gonna show how it's done. And plus, I was really upset at Grind Time for not having my money. I look stupid. So at this point, I was like, I'm gonna start my battle league, right? And I'm gonna end them niggas. That's my mindset. Start reaching out, start calling everybody. It was like a million no's, bro. Like, the only person that Smack knew at the time, that's what makes me laugh about this. new era versus old. You know what I'm saying? Smack era versus new era. Because nigga, there was no fucking old era. There was no. They only had Miles and Miles.
Yeah,
Love wasn't battling.
I remember Miles. I like the Miles.
Yeah. But that's all they had. It was Miles. They only had Miles, Rex, and Math. Rex and Math, I got them signed to the battle. Miles is the only one on deck. So that's why this whole this old Smack era, I don't understand it because there was no they had nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So I started reaching out to people. I reached out to Hollow, Aver, Disaster, had Ice. Bro, it was just a bunch of like no's. Like niggas was not fucking with it. Like it was pretty much like, man, grind time too hot, y'all can't fuck with them. And that shit really motivated me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a type of individual when I get a challenge,
yeah,
you know, I take it head on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I ended up reaching out to Miles. Me and Miles started going back and forth with the situation. He's like, yo, X Factor want to battle. Smack wasn't a fan of X Factor. He's like, yo, man, Sean. Like, meanwhile, this nigga don't know shit about battle rap, so I'm kind of like doing like my X Factor for whatever reason. So I ended up booking X Factor Miles versus Rich Dollars because Cortez didn't want to battle Miles. X Factor battles Cortez, and then he's like, yo, I got this fat dude from Chicago. I'm like, ooh, and they sent me the footage. This shit was mad grainy. It was Big T on lines then, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't even tell if he was fat.
Yeah.
I just heard him. I said, he nice. Fuck it, let's do it. And I booked him against, first, Rich was supposed to be Hollow. Hollow didn't want to do, first he said he wanted to put up money. Then they agreed to put up money. Then Hollow backs out, says, nah, I'm not going to do it. Then DNA backed out because he didn't want to, you know, they were scared of grind time. And then Newborn backed out because he didn't want to get yelled at by grind time. So I called Blue Collar TV, and they basically they said, yo, use Miguel Diablo, right? Well, that was his name at the time, and we eventually it changed over to Deacon Frost.
Mm-hmm.
At the card, and then I was on the phone with Goods because we didn't have a host. Like people think that Smack wasn't hosting. That nigga knew he wasn't much of a speaker. You know what I'm saying? Public speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find a host, and I didn't want to host the shit. I wasn't comfortable yet. And I reached out to Goods, and me and Star had a conversation. Star's a huge battle fan. And I talked to Star, and he was like, yo, like, I'll do it. And I was like, for real? Now, mind you, I had no budget.
Mm-hmm.
And Star did some real shit and did it off the love.
That's what's up.
So that's pretty much how that got started with the URL. And then, you know, a lot of other shit from there. But, yeah, man, like, I was really just out there, man. Just put it this way, it was like a kid trying to find his way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was what, but what I did know was that I was great at it. It was weird, man. Like, you know when you're great at something, but you don't even know what the fuck it is, or you meant for something else?
Yeah.
And I just really took it head on, and like it was a focus that was crazy, bro, because like my original focus was to end grind time. I did that. And then it was to make URL the biggest thing moving, and I did that as well. So, you know, it was cool. You know what I mean?
Where did you get your business sense from? Like to know them contracts and to know, like, where did you learn that from?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, bro, like I've been a sports dude my whole life.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you read stuff on things, and I never understood, like, well, I always understood that if you're going to sign a situation or if you're going to sign a record deal or whatever, you're going to need to, you know, sign contracts. Like nobody does business like that. My mistake was, you know, trusting people in terms of my partnership situation. But in terms of like locking in talent and stuff, I was always very adamant about it because I felt like in order for us to be the top dogs, we had to separate ourselves from everybody. And if everybody's booking the same talent, how do you separate yourself?
Yeah.
And I was very motivated to do that because one, I didn't want to continue to grab guys up for them to go other places. And two, it looks more professional, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like in a lot of urban culture, there's not a lot of people lack the professionalism aspect of it. And you know, I heard a lot of stories of people that owning their publishing and all that stuff, and just, you know, learning through experience and my own fuck ups and shit like that. I was able to really put everything into perspective, and now I just like to help people out, and that's genuine. When I'm like giving advice to these rappers and shit like that shit is genuine, bro. Like I really don't want to see them go through what I'm going through right now,
Yeah.
and going through a lawsuit to basically get what's owed to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I really, I don't like seeing these guys being taken advantage of. I want them to have more business sense. I want to have more of these kids, owning homes and stuff like that. And I feel like, you know, each one teach one type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind showing the way, and I don't want nothing in return from these kids. I just want them to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
So I want you to take me through the process of the like. You got that phone call, and they said it was severed. Like, what was your mind frame once you heard that? Like, take me through that process.
Honestly, you're talking about the last phone call we had.
Yeah.
Like, what was kind of
that? Like, what I'm saying, like,
it was kind of like I had to sit down for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a huge relief off my chest in a sense, because what people didn't realize was I was dealing with this for years. This wasn't anything based off of quote unquote the lies that they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been dealing with this for a while. This was just a way for them to try to justify cutting ties. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I was cool with it because at this point, I knew I was getting robbed. I knew they wasn't being upfront with me about my bread, and I've been asking questions for a while. So to me, it was a huge relief, but at the same time, it was like a reality. Like, wow, I've been putting my all into this shit for 11 years at this point, and it's like these niggas have amnesia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of a sudden, money comes into a situation, and niggas forget what happened, how we get here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What our agreements were.
Yeah.
And it really taught me a lot of. It made like when after that conversation, it made me like really realize that niggas ain't shit. Like for real, like if you really break it down, like that conversation, I wish I wish I could replay for everybody, for people to see how crazy it was. And I was still being fair. Like I was like, look, man, I don't. When I got off the phone, I was like, look, we could come up to an agreement. You know what I'm saying, to a buyout, and then we could let the world know we severed ties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I got off the phone, I was kind of chilling, and I turned my phone off because I had to take a moment to myself, like, you know what I'm saying, like, fuck it. Now, I had a feeling they wasn't gonna do the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really felt as if because what we've been through all those years, they will come to their senses in a sense. Or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And come with an offer. So I put my phone on silent, on actually airplane mode for a few minutes. And something told me to turn my phone back on. And when I turned my phone back on, I see the letter. Well, actually, I got a bunch of text messages. And it's like, yo, keep your head up. It was like mad text messages. And I'm like, what the fuck they mean keep your head up, bro? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just got off the phone with these niggas 10 minutes ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was 10 minutes ago, dog. So somebody screenshot this and sent it to me. And I was like, son of a bitch. These niggas had this shit planned the whole time. All right, a couple minutes later, I get a text from Eric. And he's like, yo, just give me a few days. We gonna figure all this shit out. And I said, yo, bro, I just put out of my pocket some bands. So I'm expecting that shit ASAP. And this has nothing to do with the buyout. I want my money. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, these niggas acted like when we was on the phone, like they really try, like it made me feel like they were recording me, right?
Yeah.
To use that or you know what I'm saying? To try to play me out. And I was just like, nah. So at that moment, I already knew. I said, these niggas is corny. It sucks that I'm gonna have to do this. And I started shopping for lawyers. Like, I was like, all right. I already had that in my mind for months though. Because I knew the way their behavior and what they was doing. I already knew what they were trying to do. They was trying to phase me out. They was trying to do a lot of shit.
You know, it's crazy because like people don't realize if you pay attention, pick up on that before it even happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's not surprising when it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Say that one time. The last part.
I say, like, if you pay attention, sometimes you can notice that stuff before it even happens.
Facts. And to be honest, bro, like it was hurtful, dog. Like I genuinely, love these dudes, bro. Like I genuinely, when I said Eric Beasley was my brother, I meant it. I was ready to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, like I put 11 years of my life into this shit, gave 150%, and knew the goal was to eventually get to the bag. I sacrificed years of this shit, and I genuinely, even though I never really liked Chico because I always thought he was a dickhead. I still was going hard for his bitch ass too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like people don't even understand, but like they were trying to like phase me out for years. Like it was mad shit. Like we all know, like Smack he's not a talented person, regardless of it's just he's the face of the company. You know what I'm saying? And they were asking me for years, yo, just let him rock, or like just kind of calm, like slow down. And I was like, all of a sudden it slowed down because they didn't want me to continue to outshine him. Because if you put me and Smack in a room, right, you're not gonna get a star vibe from him. You know what I'm saying? He's as entertaining as a box filled with crayons. That's it. Like he's not, and that's no knock on him. Like I think he's smarter than what he allows people to know. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't have a shred of talent in terms of speaking on none of those things. And I kept being asked to like one time they asked me like, yo, can you water down Born Legacy because it's outshining all the other events? And I'm like looking at them like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm looking at it, we partners, it's four of us. I'm not looking at it like Born Legacy, my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We shine, we all shine. You know what I'm saying? Where did this shit change? And fast forward, I ended up, like I said, I started going looking for lawyers, and like, it wasn't an easy thing, bro, because the URL pretty much banked on the fact that they had a bag. You know what I'm saying? They know what litigation costs, and they thought I was one of these dumbass battle rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a difficult time in a sense.
Yeah.
Because
mentally, like mentally.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, like people don't understand the shit I went through, and people were taking, like, I felt like there was a smear campaign. There was, like, everything was planned. It was people were trying to make me look like something that I wasn't. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and I'm just kind of like humbling myself, like, wow, like all the great things I did, all the people I fed, all the families I've helped. You know what I'm saying? These guys are making thousands of dollars because of me. And I turn around and I see a lot of these same dudes not say nothing. Or even look out because they were scared. You know what I'm saying? And it made me realize that going through this, it's really you and your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even then I still didn't really to take it there. And I gave them the time, bro. I gave them the time. Next time I spoke to him was like 2.5 weeks later. Grandma died. And the nigga Eric sent me a text message like, my condolences. And I left shit on red. I'm like, fuck your condolences, man. Like, we're not here for condolences. Where the fuck is my money? Where's my buyout? Y'all niggas trying to embarrass me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit y'all did out there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool, whatever. Didn't respond. I waited, bro. I waited. My lawyer, I contacted him, said, yo, we're going to hit them with a demand letter in July. I hit them with the demand letter. They chose to ignore it. That's why people don't, when people be like, yo, no, I remember Hollow was like, man, you could have handled it. I said, Hollow, I did. What else did you want me to do? Like, and I had to explain to them that I went through the proper steps. They never one time try to engage in a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my lawyer pulled the demand and basically told him that the offer's off the table and it's time to open your books or whatever fuck. And they basically threatened me and gave me their ass to kiss. Go file. And I filed September. And you know, it was hurtful from a point of I gave everything to this company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gave everything to you niggas. And y'all niggas, because of money, right? And greed, right? Are acting like, oh, now we ain't giving that nigga shit. And that's what kills me, bro, because if you follow my interviews, all that shit, all I did was praise these brothers and give my all to this company. There was 4 of us. It was our company. So, you know, when I filed, it was shocking to a lot of people because I was quiet. For all that time, I was quiet. You know what I'm saying? And it was for a reason because I knew that and this is gonna be for the long haul. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like the one thing I say is like this, man. Like it shit really is. I remember people saying like, man, Noah's gonna get smoked in this situation, and I'm like, the one thing I have over everything, you can have whatever $1 million firm that you guys decided to hire, but I got the truth behind me, dog. And the one thing about a lie is you got to continue to lie on top of lie. And you know, I got to give it up to my friends, my family, for being there for me. My lawyers, man, like my lawyers, you know, obviously, you know, lawyers are there for money. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But my lawyers have really been there for. I genuinely got love for them, like love for them. Period.
Yeah.
You know, they've been there. They fight for me, and you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like, you know, like when they, you know, even when they were checking stuff and you know they were going through, they were just like, this is insane. You know what I mean? And you know, we made the Yahoo Finance all type shit. It was crazy. Like, but when people out there like, man, you trying, like a lot of people try to make it look like I was trying to destroy something. I was like, nah, bro. I was never trying to do none of that. I tried to handle this like a businessman, and I feel like a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I love the fans. I don't want to hurt them or hurt anything in regards to the shit. But at the same time, it's like you're not gonna act like this shit's still mine, bro. Still the owner of the company. It's still 4 of us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just gotta fight for what's mine. And like I said, I'm gonna fight for my company. I'm gonna go all out. I'm ready for, you know, the cases with public knowledge if you want to take a look at it. And you know, I can't get specifics in the case.
Yeah, we ain't gonna discuss it.
No, I feel good.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe
you know, but we still here, and you know, and then started doing my show. You know, a lot of people didn't believe. Oh no, bro, I'm on, man. I'm a talented dude. Like I can get my shit out. I opened back up 3 months ago, and that's all everybody keep hitting me about now. So, you know, I'm in a good place. My lawyers are handling everything. I feel good. You know what I mean? You know, it's a weird situation to be in a sense, but I'll tell you this, man. I know why a lot of people don't like doing lawsuits. You feel me?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that are out there, they gotta stop allowing. You gotta stop taking what's given you in a sense. You gotta start actually understanding your actual situation And I feel a lot of these kids aren't. And, you know, it's kind of like I'm kind of standing up for everybody in a sense. Even if you don't believe that I am, I really am. Because none of y'all, all the problems y'all have had for money and all this shit, none of y'all actually stuck your, how they call it, stuck your feet into the ground and actually fought for what's yours. And there's a lot of stuff out there that these kids don't know. And, I'm here. Help. I'm here. I'm here to give advice. I don't want nothing from none of these guys. And as angry as I can be at a lot of them for not actually sending a text or anything, I would still help them out because at the end of the day, I know a lot of these guys got families, and I feel like this era of battle rap is like the 1930s for black artists. And I say that because
I feel you on that one.
Those guys were robbed. They were paid to perform just like today. They didn't get the residual, and it took somebody to take a stand in order for them to eventually see that, hey, there's more. And if I had to be the sacrificial lamb to help these individuals get what they deserve, so be it.
Yeah.
So I'm there to help them in any way they want. I told them, I was thinking of just starting a promotional company, helping them out. But they gotta get being scared, very scared. Oh, we don't want to fuck with the bag. Oh, we don't want. I'm like, that's the wrong attitude to have because just because someone looks like you, right, doesn't mean they have their best interest in you as well. And I feel like a lot of people use that, yo, that's my brother. But at the same time, they call me their brother. So I just want to see, these kids and these dudes get what's actually really owed to them,
So you said what kind of company you said you just had?
Well,
in the process, or is it started up for you? You know what I'm saying, or is it in the works for you?
Well, so I already started the Battle Rap Hall of Fame. That'll be launched in about 2023. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm going to induct and actually have a space to where fans could come and, the Hall of Fame, the first Battle Hall of Famers, second Battle Hall of Famers. I kind of like a museum for all the battle rap. And it's not URL. It's everybody was added to this situation. There was people at the WRC. There was a lot of people that don't get, that don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah.
I feel like people forget that there was other eras. So to me, I want to create something that celebrates all of their achievements. And I was thinking of starting a company, like a promotional company, because I don't like people can ask me, "Oh, do you want to start a league? Do you want to do this?" I'm in talks of doing a lot of that, but to me, I have to really want to do it, and right now I can't fully commit to it because I have something else I'm really working on. So to me, I prefer to just help them get what's theirs now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really want that from you guys. Even if I charge them something, whatever, it's really just to keep it moving. You know what I mean? But I would like to help them, get what's rightfully theirs. Like, I feel like, and I had mentioned this on my show the other day, like somebody's like, you think these battle rappers can come together? Yes. Because if the main battle rappers came together, all the stars came together, so we're not going to take this battle until we get what's fairly ours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think that these guys ain't gonna turn around and be like, yo, we gotta negotiate? No, but what they do is divide. Oh, yo, he's beefing, we'll give you actually to shut the fuck up. And people don't realize the only way you're gonna get what's yours is to fight for it. Or just to keep getting what they're willing to, which is a lot of times isn't the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's fire. That Hall of Fame thing is a fire idea, yo.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I seen something in your group the other day. Media. Is that
Uncompromised Media? I'm trying to create a movement, and it's really because a lot of the stuff that I went through, like something URL is very big on controlling the narrative, and that's at all costs. And whether it's buying off media, allegedly, whatever. I don't even want to get into the other stuff, but like, a lot of these media are scared to speak up because they don't want to lose out on interviews, or so that's how they control the media. They don't want a lot of this stuff out there. So they'll try to control it. And I feel like it's not fair to the fans that the fans are only told, or, like, imagine, like, watching ESPN and not knowing the full story or enough of it. Like, it's just whack that a lot of these guys, or with my situation, my side of the story wasn't being told because they didn't want that out there. So what they did was control a lot of the individuals. I spoke to a lot of the quote unquote bigger bloggers, and they were scared to speak on my situation because they didn't want to not be invited to an event. And I was like, wow, for real? You serious? But yet when I was getting dragged, it was all fun and games. Everybody was talking about it, right? So I just decided, you know what? If I'm gonna do media, I'm gonna be fair, and like I give credit when it's done, when it's due, whatever, positive or negative. I'm just not really into the drama type situations. My approach is different, and I feel like fans are deserving of uncompromised media, like, and that's just the God's honest truth. And what people don't realize is too is media is a big tool, especially for a lot of battlers that are trying to convey their message, get what they need in situations. And if the narrative is being controlled, then you're never going to be able to get enough momentum in order to get what you want, and that's what they want. So that's kind of what I was pushing with it. And I just want people to understand, like, it's more of a seal of approval. Like, look, we uncompromised, they uncompromised. They're gonna tell it what it is. Like, I understand, like, there's gonna be things said about me. I can't control that. It is what it is. I never had issues with people speaking on an opinion with me, but at least speak facts. So how I look at it is like that, to be honest,
So what it like? So basically, you're recruiting.
Yeah, me and my boy Pretty Money, my man EJ Always and Smoke and Wine. I'm gonna be helping them continue to brand their media. If I see anybody else out there that's really trying to be uncompromised and not care that they really want to be media and not a bunch of nut huggers, then I'm with it. Then I'm
battle rap media. So you're looking for battle rap media form.
Yeah, like, I'm looking for people that really want to do the shit that are uncompromised. And how I would help them is, I would help them build their platform, as well as come on their platform if they needed me to, or whatever. Give them advice. Like, I've given tons of advice to a lot of different people in terms of building their blog.
You gave me something too. You know what I'm saying? I can vouch for that. So when we was in our talks before, you know what I'm saying? You gave me something too. So you know what I mean? I can vouch for that.
Nah, so like, that's pretty much where I'm at. Like, I just want to see people win. There's enough money to be made out there, and I feel like I have enough power. I have a voice to help other people. Even when they try to silence my voice, I can still fight through.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to understand, like, this is another tool that a lot of us can make money off of doing real, if we keep real and not allow ourselves to get caught up with trying to be cool people. You know what I mean? But I think it's fair for the fans, and I just really want this to really be me, as opposed to whose friend is whose friend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So what are your requirements?
Shit, man, just be objective. Cover what you want to cover. I don't give a shit. Like me, like I try to tell people, like, just be objective. I hate when I watched the interview with I didn't even watch. I watched like a clip of it, and it was about the Beasley Nuno situation, and I covered it. And I didn't say anybody did anything. I didn't say that it was true nor it wasn't. I reported it objectively. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. It's news, and I actually enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And then I watched the media outlet, who's well known, literally put on a cape and say, "This is not true. This is bullshit." And I'm sitting there and I'm like, "How do you know it's bullshit? Like, how do you make a decision, or how do you say something is true without no facts?" And it made me feel like, yo, these dudes are so compromised, and it inspired me to say, you know what, let's. And I'm not saying, listen, if you feel like something is whatever, it's cool to speak on it, but don't something is fact without having it being facts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It irritated me, dog, and it's just like, it made me feel like, like, that shit is goofy. That's why I said keep that same energy. Y'all want to come at me, right? Y'all not trying to keep the same energy the other way. You look like suckers, and you're not real me. Don't call yourself media. Call yourself employees of a company. You know. And I feel like, if you want to do media, if you want to, you don't have to be, you know, uh, you don't have to expose people. That's not what it is. But be objective if you're covering something. And I feel as if a lot of these guys are compromised. That's why I said uncompromised media. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get, and that's why people are liking my show, because I try to educate and have fun on the show, and do whatever I need to do.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely feel you on that one. So there's a lot of that out here. You know what I'm saying?
Whack.
Out here.
Super whack. It's very annoying, man. Like, especially being one of the people that was getting dogged out by the media, and then when you shoot back, all of a sudden it's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna stay out of that." Oh, you now? I'm checking. So now it's, what I'm saying. So I feel like a lot of these guys pick and choose when to be real media, want to be real media. You know what I'm saying? Be real. That's what I never had a problem with people speaking about me, and even if they were 100% wrong, I just laugh it off. But when I'll be like, so let me, like, I was always wanting to be like, so let's debate what you're talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have nothing to hide. I'm cool, bro. Like, I know I'm not perfect, so I can accept my flaws. I can accept when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these dudes, they can't handle the heat.
So do you? 'Cause I know you still cover battle rap. Do you still have a problem getting do you have problem with them coming on the show?
Some of them won't come on my show because they don't want to piss nobody off, or let me say, not nobody off. But a lot of them talk to me behind the scenes, and they voice me whatever, but they can't openly go out and say they listen to my show. And I'm talking about the biggest of the biggest. Like, I'm talking about the faces of the companies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they won't admit, or I'm not gonna say who it was, but he DM'd me, was like, "Yo, I need a link to your last show. It's buzzing." And I'm like, "You sure you're allowed to listen to it?" You know what I'm saying? And it's, a lot of these guys, I get it. They don't want to fuck up their bag, but I'm talented enough that I don't need anybody to call my show to make it popular. So to me, it's like, it's cool, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But, like, shout out to, like, the real, like, guys like Geechee Gotti. I got a lot of love for guys like Surf, Chess, whatever. So to me, yeah, I mean, definitely there's been guys told that they can't come on my show. And that's on them. But like Geechee Gotti said in his rant that he had the other day, I'm too big to be blackballed. Y'all can't control me. But it bugged me out when people thought he was talking to Nunu. And I was like, no, he's not talking about Nunu. Nunu can't blackball anybody. Who the fuck is she? You know what I'm saying? And he really, like, inspired me when he said that. I felt good, because it's like, nah, you can't stop something that's great. I'm already too big. Not even, you know what I'm saying? He really sent the message, and I respected that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not tripping if dudes don't want to do my show, because it's getting to the point where now everybody's calling me to do the show. Oh, it's fire, it's hot. That's cool. You can do it. I don't hold no grudges. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, talent always wins at the end of the day. So
that's a fact. That's a definite fact. So when you booked the matches, right? Like, you put them like head to head. Like, what's your mind frame of booking a match? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think a lot of people know what goes into putting two people together to book a match to make it something that people want to see.
I feel like people look at battle rap the wrong way. At least today's era of battle rap. I feel like people look at battle rap like, oh, he won, he lost. There is no winners, there's no champions, there's no losers in battle rap, right? It's not a sport. I try to tell people like, yo, what are you talking about? No, it's not. It's more like WWE, right? So when looking at matchups, you kind of want to try to put the most entertaining matchups together, as opposed to, who's going to win or lose, because there's no way to gauge it. You know what I'm saying? So there's more theater than competitiveness. So when I would book matches, that's how I would think. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody winning, nobody losing, unless you're in a tournament, right? If you're betting. 98% of battle rap is just theater.
Yeah.
So I would kind of look at things. I'd be like, oh, I like his style. Like with Av and Romnitty, I remember right after Av battled, I think it was Mike P. I turned to this lame dude. I was like, do me a favor, reach out. We're gonna book Nitty versus. And he was like, you serious? Yeah. And my exact words were, this is gonna be one of the top 5 battles of all time. And everybody thought I was. And one of them things, bro, it's a feeling, but that's my approach with it. Like, it's different if you have somebody with a record or there's wins and losses. It's a different approach. You know what I'm saying? But when you really understand what this is, then you can be great at it. And that's why I feel like there's been a lot of garbage people put on the stage in the last couple of years. And a lot of people aren't popping because there's no understanding of what you're looking to look for. And that's just always been my approach, man.
Yeah, like, because me personally, Lux and Geechee battle, I don't think that should have happened. I don't think that was a matchup to me.
I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like it would have had to have happened eventually. I think it happened a little too early.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been forcing a lot of things because they're playing a numbers game as opposed to allowing the stuff to develop organically.
Yeah.
But when you're not the boss of your situation and somebody is holding over a numbers game with you, then you're in a bad situation. But I don't believe that should have been. I think it's a good battle, but I don't think it should have been that early. To be perfectly honest, that's just how I feel.
I can see it. Like maybe if it was a story behind it.
Exactly. Like I feel like
it was just mashed together. You know what I'm saying? I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to say, oh, it's competition. It's really not competition. There's no winner or loser. So I feel like their approach is completely bad. Like it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have one. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have it halfway competitive and the other half. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like they're doing a job of setting up what we want to see. And a lot of things can be sold if you sell. You know what I'm saying? And it takes balls to be able to play the, like even like again, Cassidy's a friend of mine. I love Cassidy. When I heard of that matchup, I told him this matchup is not good at all. It's gonna get killed. Like
for him in three-way.
Yeah, it just showed a lot of incompetence for the people that are up top, and that's just being honest.
That was one.
It showed a lot of it.
Yeah, respectfully, I don't think that. Yeah, it's too far gone.
It wasn't even a great battle then, and I feel like it showed. I think it magnified how incompetent these individuals are. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Caffeine is going to eventually turn around and be like, guys aren't cheap. You know what I'm saying? They're going to turn around and be like, you're leading this horse. You're leading us right now. Like when I seen the announcement, I knew, but I was with Cassidy in the studio. I told him, like, bro, like it's not gonna be a good battle. You know what I'm saying? And I even told him, cut your rounds to 2.5 minutes because it's gonna be bad. He kind of looked at me. Me and Cassidy argued for like an hour, and I was just like, I'm just being real. Like I fuck with Cass. But when the announcement happened, I knew what the reaction was. But it made me laugh to see Smack's reaction. Yo, you know what I'm saying, Sean? I had to go into what he said. He said, one of the classics. And I'm sitting here like, nigga, when the classic? So when he says it and he announces it and nobody reacted, you can see like a nervous energy. He's like, oh, shit. And he's just like, yo, Cass, here's the mic, Sean. And Cassidy kind of reacted like, Bars is back. Like, all right, I'm going to get everybody back into being hype. And everybody was like, nigga, what the fuck on us? And I'm mad because I feel like Cassidy is so great for the sport. And, he was kind of like, it took him off guard. And he was like, he said, yo, this man, he lost his daughter recently, which, rest in peace and my condolences. He brings that up to kind of, I guess, soften the crowd a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Passed the mic to Freeway. I really felt bad because he was like, it almost felt like he had to explain why he's there, and he actually did. He was, yo, I've been studying the culture, and I won't let you down. That's not what we want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not what nobody wants to hear. And I feel like that was an atomic failure. I thought it really showed confidence. Like, I don't understand how that gets booked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, Cassidy's biggest appeal is battling people that they feel can match or defeat him. Nobody, and again, no disrespect to Freeway, because Freeway's a good dude. I don't really know him personally. I have nothing against him. But, like, he was put in a bad situation. Like, I don't see how he wins out of this situation. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's going to be tough up there. I don't know any scenario to where this can be actually good.
I don't know. I think if he had some freestyles, like get the.
Now, if this was a versus, maybe it have
marketed right. I don't think this is marketed right.
No, this is nobody wants to see it. Now, if this was a versus, there'd be something else.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But the fans don't want to see this. Now, if it was him versus Lloyd Banks, okay, we got something. Him versus even King Los.
Mm-hmm.
Him versus Jay Mills, maybe. But you pick Freeway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just nobody. And again, this is no respect for it. Nobody ever viewed him as that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
The lyricist, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, it was just poorly put together. And I feel like they're probably going to make another. I mean, I've seen them try to cover it up already with the whole, Drake's calling to how you call this shit, to have a tournament for $1 million. Yeah, you better, because if this is what people got to look forward to 2022, you're going to have a long fucking 2022. But, it is what it is, man. Hey, listen, man, I'm just enjoying the show and having fun talking about it.
Yeah. So, what would be your advice to somebody coming up in the business? What like, I'm saying, like, what would you would point them to? Somebody coming in wanting to be a league owner, wanting to be a
man, that's a whole another hour, man. But
yeah. Just skip it.
Nah, that's cool. Utilize the tools that you can utilize. Open YouTube. If you're a battler and you want to get to these leagues, look at the leagues that are putting out the most stuff, the most consistent stuff. Try to contact a lot of people. They're more reachable than anything. Focus on the people that are putting stuff out on YouTube. Try to get to an RBE to have bigger cards. A Gate to the Go individuals, because you want your product to be out there. You don't want to be like I put out a blog recently. It makes more sense to do an SK than do the Crucible. Why? Because they don't have to put out the Crucible and it's going to an app when they do put it out. So you don't know how much traffic is there. None of these guys are popping off the Crucible. You have a better chance, and you're locked in a contract for 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
These other leagues aren't asking you to sign a contract. You can freelance through their leagues and get hot, and then have leverage when you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Deal. So that would be my deal. My advice to them league owners. I would definitely focus on trying to be different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do everything the way you see URL does it. Try to do it better, and also take pride into your audio as well as your visuals.
Mm-hmm.
And think. I don't say think small, but take your time. Like, a lot of these people lose a lot of money, have to close their leagues because they want to go a big battler that's not going to give you 100%. Just give us great battles within what you have, and let the shit develop organically, and build your family down, and then you spread. I feel like people try to leap, man. They try to rumble for.
Let me ask you about that. How do you feel about battle rappers like from little leagues paying saying high-profile battle rappers. Do you think that gets them?
It's very hit or miss. I don't think people. I've never watched the battle and said, "Hey, he battled Arsenal. I have to see this guy." I've never seen that. I've never recruited anybody like that. The only one I can ever say is maybe when Don battled Chess, and that's it. Out of my whole career of grabbing guys, put them on. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get my attention. It doesn't mean anything. Like, it's more organic, and you have more control when it's people following you. Don't worry about getting thousands of views. Allow it to accumulate. But at the same time, don't let it battle rap be your sole focus. Put out freestyles, do interviews, speak on certain things. Show people that you're actually a commodity.
Mm-hmm.
You continue to wait for battles, and that's how they use it to, to whatever. And that's not going to work. This is social media. Open a TikTok. Fucking do whatever the fuck you want. But continue to promote yourself and market yourself. Don't let one entity control your career. And like I said, I'm not against contracts at all. If somebody's going to go to URL and they sign a contract, that's fine by me. But try to go in there with some, with some common sense, and don't let somebody sell you some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't want to keep you on here too long unless you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I got to take a piss, man.
Yeah, we've been on for an hour, but everybody should know where they can follow you at. You know what I'm saying? Norbs It All podcast. I'm in your group. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out your shit. What you got
popping. Norbs It All, right? It's a Norbs It All Facebook group. You can follow me on my Instagram, Twitter is StreetStar NORBE, no S at the end, just like that. And I'm always active, man. Just hit me up, man. I'm out there. I respond, man. I'm one of the few that do. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he definitely do. And I want to thank you for coming on here, giving that, dropping them jewels. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what this podcast is about. It's about, you know what I'm saying, dropping the jewels to get our people further. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know what I mean? So this is all this is about, keeping this moving forward. And I thank you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? Much blessings to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And
man, I'll be back.
All right, no doubt. We definitely want to stay in contact, though. I'm interested in that thing you're talking about.
All right, hit me up. Let's talk over this.
Just definitely talking about something. But salute, brother. I'll give back at you. And that's it. And that is the conclusion of Problems and Solutions podcast. I'd like to thank Norris for coming on here, dropping those gems. See, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff you can learn from, you know what I'm saying? So, just take from what you can, and, you know what I'm saying, you move on from it. So, like I said, we'll be back next week. Tune in next week. I got a special thing for y'all next week. We're going to talk global next week with a couple of guests that we got coming on. But for now, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. This is Problem Solution Podcast, WarriorsLifestyles.com. And we out of here.